gone right.
Rampaging robbers.
Through barriers.
Dangerous drivers. And armed sieges.
Put down any weapons you may have! Do it now!
Every proactive car is packed with the latest technology. One of their key pieces of kit is their onboard cameras, which read every car number plate to see if it's kosher. On top of all this, all the motors are unmarked and high performance, and every officer is expertly trained in advanced pursuit driving. It means they're in the best possible position to catch criminals, even if they try to flee. Road Wars regular Charlie Etheridge has a new partner, Michelle Ryan. Together they're Tango Victor 3-2. Out on patrol in Slough, their high-tech camera pings up a parked-up Volvo on the side of the street.
There are 4 P&C markers on the car, and they all relate to different thefts, shopliftings. Now, there is someone beside the car at the moment. It would be easy to swoop in and have a little look, but my suspicion is that if the vehicle's involved in that sort of crime, then potentially we may also be looking at someone who's not got the relevant driving documents.
Hi there, it's Tango Victor 3-2.
In essence, maybe looking at someone who's on a ban, etc. So,
yeah.
What we're going to do is just see if anybody comes back to the car and drives it away.
It seems likely the car's going to be used soon by the suspected shoplifters, so there's nothing for it but to sit and wait to see who drives off. 20 minutes later, a bloke gets in the driving seat.
In, it's an off. It must have gone right, surely.
Yeah. 3-2, currently Elmwood Road, Slough, following a vehicle with 4 P&C markers. I'm going to stop the vehicle shortly. If I can give you an index, please. It's a maroon Volvo. It's 2 up. Not in pursuit with the vehicle, but we are going to attempt to stop shortly. Received.
Come on, sweetheart.
He knows it's coming.
With the car pulling into a cul-de-sac, Mish gets ready to have a word, but it's not going to be that easy.
Get out and have a look. He knows, like you say, he knows it's coming, mate.
Trapped, the Volvo driver floors it down a footpath.
Tango Victor 3-2, vehicle making off, Wexham Road towards Slough. 2 up, index is given. Partial loss, wait 1.
As they disappear into the back streets, Charlie has to gamble on where the bandit car's gone.
Yeah, Tango Victor 3-2, we've got a total loss at this time, area search. Vehicle 2 up, I see, there we go, we've got it here. Elmwood Road, vehicle reversing, back towards Beresford Avenue, wait 1. Shoplifting times 4, vehicle reversing.
Reversing at speed, the driver barges his way through, clipping the black car on the right. With no other units nearby, Mish calls for the chopper to help halt the motor in mayhem.
Yeah, we're now on the Uxbridge Road, back in towards Slough. Vehicle's gone right, through barriers, then a resit, wait 1. Vehicle left, Broadmark Road.
Heading back on himself, the Volvo driver almost hits the owner of the car he clipped moments earlier.
Right, Beresford Avenue, speed 50.
Still waiting for more units to support them, Charlie has to hold on while backup closes in.
Vehicle right, onto Norton Way. Apologies, Norton Way.
Driving too fast and too furiously, the driver over-exits and almost scrambles his motor into the parked cars.
No pedestrian activity, traffic flow, light to medium.
Onto the RA.
Onto the RA, not 1, not 2. onto Wexham Road. I confirm Wexham Road.
Wexham Road out of town.
We're going out of town, vehicle on the opposing carriageway, overtaking traffic. Speed in excess of 50 miles an hour. We've got Wexham Plant Nursery to the offside, we've got no deviation.
It's close.
Approaching a RA, we've taken the first, that's towards Stoke Green, towards Stoke Poges received. We've got one vehicle cover, vehicle in sight, held up by a van.
The Volvo's now been running for 7 minutes and the chopper's just 30 seconds away.
Partial loss.
Didn't go on there.
I believe it's still on the B416 Park Road, but we do have a partial loss.
Yeah. We've got regained arm.
Yeah, sight regained.
They regained sight of the motor's brake lights way off in the distance. Heading towards the Britwell estate, the pair have lost tons of ground.
End of Dodsfield Road, vehicle left onto Wentworth Avenue. It's gone right into the shops. I'd be prepared for decamper. X-ray Delta, mate, please. Right onto Ravensworth.
Down here.
Frustrated at losing sight of the bandit car, Charlie turns to some kids.
Which way did that car go? That car come past you, boys? A red car come past you? Red car come past you?
Charlie's pursuit now takes a turn for the worse. Having reversed straight into a parked car, Mish breaks the news to the owner.
All right, we'll get it all sorted for you. All right. Oh my God. It's all right, we'll get it sorted. All right, just stand there for us.
There's a good chance they can still find the Volvo, as seconds later the chopper arrives along with Tango Victor 3-1, Simon and Conrad.
We lost him. No, down the end here, turn left and down to the end, just at the shops, we lost him there.
With the damaged car sorted and every available unit looking for the Volvo, Charlie has a hunch where it might have been dumped.
Yeah, that was my thoughts.
Ditched, hidden behind some garages, it looks like the occupants are well gone. With the chopper overhead searching for them, Charlie examines the motor. Inside there's all the evidence of shoplifting, including foil for masking security tags. Even though the motor isn't registered as stolen, something looks wrong.
He got away this time. We got the car. The driver and the passenger decamped. The sickening thing is we were very, very close, and the helicopter was also within seconds of being overhead. But these things happen. He had a bit of a jump on us after we got held up by a member of the public. You've got to accept these things happen. The really sad thing is we drove past the end of the road and I thought, I wonder if he might have nipped in there and tried to hide in there. But at that point, we had a total loss on him, and he could have gone anywhere in reality, so gutted. But we've got some really good footage of him. I'm sure we'll be able to identify who he is. And as I say, revenge is a dish best eaten cold. And if you're watching, I'll find you.
Fleeing from the proactive team may have seemed like a cunning plan. But getting on the wrong side of Charlie and Mish wasn't. The car was seized and fingerprinted, and with a good idea who the pair are, the investigation definitely isn't over. Armed with all the details, someone's due for a hard knock on the door soon. Still in Slough, this motor's been driven like it's just been nicked, but bizarrely it hasn't. The bloke at the wheel's just a complete chump. Spanking round corners and skidding through chicanes in the rain, this claps-out Peugeot certainly isn't built for rallying. It's 1:30 in the morning and this bloke's lucky there's no one else around. Bombing over a speed bump, the driver oversteers, loses control, slams it into a wall, and rolls off. For this sheer reckless driving, the bloke was tagged for 13 weeks, given a 20-hour reparation order, and banned for a year. Thames Valley cops have to police over 2,000 square miles, and the dog handlers can be called to any place at any time. In Reading, it's 10:30, and Brian Avery and his dog Jake have been asked to back up officers at a flat in Tilehurst. There's a standoff with two drunk blokes who say they're armed with a samurai sword.
So obviously we're having specially trained officers to attend with shields. We're going. There's an ARV unit on scene as well, I believe. Until we get there and sort of liaise with the supervisors and the units on scene, we ain't really going to know exactly what's going to go on.
Dozens of officers have arrived, but the situation's taken a turn for the worse. This lad, only 17, has just fallen out of the flat window trying to lob missiles at the cops below.
You're right, can you respond to me? Right. Can you hear me? I need you to respond.
I think it's just stemmed from a noise complaint where complaints have been made from the neighbours within the street about noise. We've attended earlier in the evening. They've turned the noise down on the request of the police earlier on. The noises then came back on again and we've reattended, and it sort of escalated to this point really, where stuff's been thrown out the window at officers. The person that's been arrested over there is decided to jump out the window. Don't quite know why, but...
That's what the ambulance crew is saying to you, mate. Just get off! Just get off!
I'm sorry, officer. I'm sorry.
What's your name, mate?
Just want to get him off.
You're right, Tara.
Get him off.
Officers are concerned about the state of the other bloke inside. Worried about the sword he's boasted about, they don't take any chances.
To HPI, normal routine for us is it'll be conventional response to enter. You've got a person in there that's probably very, very drunk and isn't answering anything. He's wasn't telling us whether he's been injured, hurt, or in any way incapacitated. So at the end of the day, he's just fallen out. We've got no key to get into the place. It'll be forced entry, slow methodical. There's a dog to get out, which the neighbour can control. In with the shields.
Is there any other exit at the back?
No.
No possible exit?
Any windows, we'll have that covered from the outside. We will tag on to the back, we've got the taser authorisation.
And that's it? So you tagged on the back of the team?
That's it.
One shield or two shield teams?
I'd have just one shield team would suffice.
One to secure it.
One to stairs and rooms either side.
It may seem odd, but even cops have to have a health and safety meeting.
What it is the first team, which is Rich, Nick and Stubbsy at the back, okay, up the stairs, really slow approach up the stairs. Directly behind it, you've got the authorisation of the taser, they're going to be tucked in, and we need a capture officer as well. So, you're okay with that? Brilliant.
With no idea what to expect inside, the door goes in.
Ready?
Right. Police! Come on down now! Come on down! You've got one chance to come to the top of the stairs. If you fail to come to the top of the stairs, officers are coming in.
I think we've done that, okay. Okay, steady then.
Listen to my voice! Put down any weapons you may have! Do it now!
Just keep that in.
No one's moving upstairs, and the bloke could be hiding to the right or left. The second team moves in.
Right is clear. Right clear.
How many have we got? Rooms to the right and left?
Let's go to the left.
You two clocking off the left, yeah? Quite happy? So I'll bring the other shield team. Let's have you. Okay, cover the right. To the left, take to the left. Take to the left. To the left. To the left.
09.
The lack of movement is quickly explained, as in the bedroom on the right, the bloke is Sparko.
You're under arrest on suspicion of threats to kill. Alright? You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioning something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be used in evidence. The reason for your arrest is so that it can be dealt with in a prompt and effective manner by way of interview. Alright?
Checking he's just drunk, the medics are called in.
You can bring him. I'll get them in.
Hello, mate.
I need to go out.
Did you take anything tonight?
As you can see, entry was forced. We've gone in the property, done a slow, methodical search, and upon locating the male in the bedroom, he's been subsequently detained and arrested. No harm has come to any officers or him as such, and that's basically the end of it until he sobers up and we can put an interview on him to see what it's all about.
The window jumper survived his fall. At court, he faced several public order offences and was handed a 12-month community order. The other bloke was also charged with public order offences, but failed to turn up to court, who've issued a warrant for his arrest. It's just after 3 in the morning in Reading. Jason Evans and Pete Lloydie, are on a quiet night shift when Lloydie spots some blatant abuse of the highway code.
Don't think he's had a drink. He's driving up in one-way street. Stop him in case he's had a drink.
Suspecting he's had a couple, the boys give him a tug.
Give you a shot for the intox. You alright, mate? How you doing? You know why we stopped you, don't you?
No.
It's a one-way street, mate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you're alright. You had a drink at all tonight?
Yeah, probably a couple of hours ago.
A couple of hours ago, all right. It's obviously a one-way street. You've driven down it that way and stuff, and that's
Sorry,
why we've
boss.
stopped you and asked you. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, hop out for a second, switch it off.
As for excuses, he's about to give the longest one Lloydie's ever heard.
Have you had it before? Have you had a breathalyzer before? You have, yeah. All right.
That was interesting, my friend, going the wrong way up.
I know. To be honest, your man there's just flipping. Some lads just basically, from what I can gather, he's just been robbed on the side of the street, and I tried to help him out. I see two young Asian lads going running up the road, and he went running up the road after him, and I sort of pulled over. I said to him, "What's up, mate?" He said, "I've just robbed me," and like drove up the road trying to find him, and.
I see. You've done this procedure. You've done this procedure before, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep blowing. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hang on. Right there. That's it.
You got a licence?
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you got it on you?
I haven't got it on me, no.
Where do you live?
Newbury.
Newbury.
Yeah.
Was car registered to you?
No, it's my girlfriend's.
The unfortunate news is you're blown red, okay? Which means you're over the drink drive limit.
Okay.
When did you drink last, did you say?
A couple of hours ago.
All right, chap. Come to our car a minute. I'm going to have to put you in the back of that car, all right?
Okay.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
Well, I do that and just put handcuffs on you, mate, all right? Because nobody goes in our car without putting cuffs on them, all right? We have to whip you down to the Reading, Nick, and just put you on the other machine.
Back at the Nick, custody's busy as it's the start of the annual drink drive campaign and there's already a long wait to get in. But all the hanging around couldn't sober up this numpty.
He blew 71 and 75, so firstly his alcohol limit was on the way up, and secondly he's well over the drink drive limit, which is 35, so he's almost twice the limit really. So we've bedded him down. We'll give him till the morning to sober up, and then he'll be released, charged and released, and will appear at Reading Magistrates Court.
The bloke will now be charged with drink driving and sent to court. He faces a minimum 12-month ban, a maximum £5,000 fine, and up to 6 months inside.
Yeah, we've got a Jaguar now coming up onto the main road, the main Tavistock road.
In Devon, the police chopper is on the case of a Jaguar whose driver is wasted on booze near Plymouth. Astonishingly, it's only 9 in the morning. The air support crew directing ground units for what seems like a routine stop.
Yeah, 40, I've got the vehicle in front of me, stand by. Yeah, 99 vehicles boxed in at the junction. Yeah, 99, he's made off, left, back towards the main road. He just reverse rammed a member of the public, made off.
Escaping the cops, the beer has clearly gone to his head as the driver has no intention of stopping and starts racking up the charges.
He's doing 70 plus along these lanes, 70 plus. The 7-3's massive overtake, bridge of the hill, oncoming. Yeah, 99, he has a number of cars ahead of him. He's slowed in traffic, going for a big overtake again, still being held up by traffic.
With the drink leaving him feeling invincible, the bloke risks a major accident and takes the wrong side of a roundabout.
Yeah, choose your direction in travel from Tesco roundabout. Yeah, 99, he's gone round the roundabout the wrong way, straight on towards Plymouth. 99, now adjacent the airport.
As the driver ramps up the risks, the police know they need to get this drunk stopped, and he's clearly got no fears for anyone else on the road.
Yeah, 70, can you make your way to the Lucy Lane junction with Harrison Drive? Yeah, he's ahead of me, stand by. Yeah, just bolt to the junction, bolt to the junction. He's taking a left.
Unexpectedly, he slows to a stop, giving police another chance to box him in.
Now at the mini roundabout, stationary at the moment. Yeah, he's now boxed in at the junction. Yeah, 99, he's off again, up towards the main roundabout at the top, at Crown Hill.
Booting away for a second time, he's more desperate than ever.
Yeah, underneath the bypass, still heading towards the city centre.
Slamming his brakes on, the fool tries to force a crash with the cops, but the attempt fails. He tries to pass the truck, but this time he's bitten off more than he can chew.
Stop by heavy. Yeah, 99, he's on fire. He's been stopped by an HGV, traffic with him.
Even though he's stuck on the central reservation and pinned in, he won't give up.
99, he's on lane 2, he's on the hard shoulder, on the central reservation, blocked by traffic and an HGV.
Burning rubber in a vain attempt to free himself, he sends plumes of smoke into the air.
Yeah, 99, it looks like he's spinning his wheels, causing lots of smoke.
Unable to get him out, officers smash the windows and spray him.
Yeah, he was trying to restart the vehicle off CS in second on. Yeah, 201 in custody.
The bloke was jailed and banned for dangerous driving and being blind drunk at the wheel. Soberingly, drunk drivers who get behind the wheel at double the legal limit are at least 50 times more likely to be involved in a fatal crash. It's Christmas in Scotland, and this lorry driver's had more than his fair share of mince pies and sherry. Astonishingly, he's meant to be a professional, yet he's completely plastered. Struggling to stay in his lane, the wasted wagoner weaves all over the place. In situations like this, the cops know to put on a rolling roadblock, stopping any traffic from passing and getting tonked by the inebriated trucker. 1 in 6 of all road deaths in Britain are caused by a drunk driver. Intentionally or not, the intoxicated driver exits at a junction, but at the last minute has a change of heart. Swinging back towards the carriageway, the bloke mistimes it and crashes over the barrier. With the truck's wheels jammed and the steering crippled, it swerves across all 3 lanes of the motorway. Amazingly, the driver was uninjured, but for being welded at the wheel, he was fined 750 quid and banned for 2 years. It's after 6 on a cold winter evening in Slough, and Lloyd is crewed with his regular partner Jim Mahoney. Call sign Tango Victor 36, they're on the hunt for a stolen BMW that's just been spotted in the town centre.
Is it going north?
Yeah, out of town. You know that, isn't you, Jim?
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going to cruise across Darrell and see if we can pick it up.
Often, criminals will change the identity of a stolen vehicle by giving it new number plates from a similar-looking legitimate car. This is called ringing, and it's estimated more than 30,000 vehicles are rung each year. The spotted BMW is wanted by the Met, who think it's part of a huge car ringing operation they've just busted.
A BMW has gone through the AMPR static cameras across a couple of streets away. It's coming back as having a permanently exported marker on it, so technically speaking, it shouldn't be in the country, and if it is on those plates, it's probably a wrong vehicle or suspected stolen vehicle. So live across the back straight along and see if we can pick it up beyond the cameras. Could be coming this way or the Britwell or straight on, couldn't it?
We're in the right area now, aren't we?
He'd have made quite good progress along here, I think.
Yeah, I think he would. Yeah.
So just confirm the number in there.
Just wondering whether he might have come up here and stopped at one of the shops, that was all.
Yeah,
Seems it's quite a way.
It's there, isn't it? It's not very far, is it?
No.
Let's go back on ourselves.
With no sign of the car where it was last seen, the pair head back and check some likely hiding spots.
I think straight on again, Jim.
Yeah.
After an hour of looking, the boys give up and head back over to the Britwell estate. And a surprised Lloydie clocks something.
360 office. Yeah, Darryl, we've located your BMW X3 so far. It's currently parked unattended. If you pull over, Jim.
They decide to knock on the door of the house nearest the stolen motor.
Hello there, how you doing? You alright?
Yes.
Good, good. Hello. This BMW, do you know whose it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband is a trader.
Right.
And we just bought it recently to trade it.
Oh, right. Is your husband in?
Yeah.
Can I have a quick chat with him about it? It's alright. Hello, boss. You alright?
Hello, mate.
BMW we're interested in. Your wife just said you're a trader and you bought it, have you?
Yeah, bought a couple of days ago.
Right. And did he give you any paperwork with regards to the vehicle?
Yeah, we'll have a look.
Have you got the logbook here? Or
Yeah.
can I have a look at it?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for it?
£9,000.
£9,000.
£9 grand. That's a good deal for a motor worth nearly 15. Jim does some checks on the trader while Lloydie has a nose around the car.
Yes. Can you just put him through HDR, just confirm this driving licence is Packer?
Everything checks out and the innocent bloke has been duped by the ringers and committed no offence.
We've done a check on the number plate of the vehicle and it's suspected stolen. Suspected like a wrong vehicle where they've changed the identity of the vehicle. So, so the Met Police need the vehicle.
Yeah.
It seems to be that the fellow that's bought it here, he's a motor trader. He's bought it, it would appear to be in all good faith. He hasn't maybe done enough checks. It seems a little bit of a sort of back alley deal really. He's had this car for £9 grand. He still owes £3 grand on it to this fella down the road. I think he could have done a few more checks on it personally, but it is actually coming back as a ringer, so we're going to get it recovered. This gentleman here is the unfortunate loser of £9,000 for the time being until they can sort of bottom out the ins and outs of the ringing of it, and until that time he's not getting it back. So yeah, he's the unfortunate loser.
Hundreds of stolen cars were rung by the London gang busted by the Met Police. Some went abroad and many have still to be recovered. So, buyer beware. If you find yourself being offered an amazing bargain of a car, it could all be too good to be true. The proactive team patrol all over the Thames Valley area. Each team can work out of any police station to target and patrol the local hotbeds of crime. In Aylesbury, Tango Victor 3-1, Conrad Lee and Simon Hills are just starting their shift. They're on the lookout for drug dealers when Simon's criminal radar clocks a knackered Astra.
Rear seat passenger hasn't got a seatbelt on. Mate, there's a distinct lack of conversation in that car. And a distinct amount of nervous chewing of gums. You going in it? Yep.
Convinced they're acting guilty, the pair decide to give him a tug.
Good, good. Just take a step around to the side there, please, fella. Your car?
Oh,
yeah.
chaps, how you doing? All right. Stay in the car, mate, you're right. Have to get out.
I'm going to search it, Conrad, because he's already got the remnants of what looks like splitting a cigarette in half to make a reefer.
It looks like Simon might have been right.
Just heard what my colleagues have said. Appears to be evidence of drugs use in the car. Just stand by the car for me. Contend to do a search for you under the Misuse of Drugs Act. Got anything on you shouldn't have?
No, not so.
Nothing at all? Anything in the car?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Just see your hands, mate. Anything sharp in your pockets?
No, I've got my keys in there.
The rear passenger is next to be frisked.
Keep your hands out your pockets, fella in the back.
Step out the car for me, mate.
But the driver wants to know why he was pulled.
Well, he had no seatbelt on for a start. You've only got one brake light.
Only one brake light?
Yeah.
So no seatbelt and one brake light, but for avid Watford fan Simon, it's the bloke's Man U shirt he finds most alarming.
And also he's in possession of a dodgy shirt as well.
Who do you support then?
That doesn't matter, does it? It's still a dodgy shirt.
No drugs on the Man U fan, and there's only one place left to look.
You heard me speak to the other chaps, you heard what I've said to them. Same thing to you. Got anything in your pockets you shouldn't have, anything sharp?
Yes.
What's this then, buddy?
It's just my skunk.
Your skunk? Okay, I have to tell you at the moment you're under caution. The caution is you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you fail to mention anything else, something which you later rely on in court, anything you do say may be given on evidence. Do you understand anything I've said to you?
Yep.
Okay. We'll carry on further with the search. Just keep your hands.
If the lad has no record for drugs, Conrad will be able to deal with him out on the streets.
Just found a little bit of cannabis on this gentleman. Searched. And here's one of his pockets. A little bit herbal, a couple of bags, and a spliff that he's just rolled up. Obviously just about to have a quick puff, but it looks like it hasn't been lit all the way yet. So just been rolled. Curtailed a little puff.
While Conrad deals with the lad, Simon has a few questions for the driver.
Greg.
Yes, mate.
What sort of driving licence do you hold?
I've got a provisional.
Provisional licence?
Yeah.
How comes you're driving then?
I've got him in the car with me.
Where's your L plates? Dole!
How we doing, mate?
Mate was only got a provisional licence.
Has he?
Are you supervising him? You got a full licence?
Yeah, I've got a full licence.
Incredibly, the lad busted with the drugs is the responsible supervising driver.
Greg, step into my office. There's some good news and there's some bad news. The good news is he has got a full driving licence.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore he can supervise you. The bad news is you need L plates before he can supervise you.
Right, okay.
Now, strictly speaking, I could, if I want to, seize your car now because you're driving it otherwise in accordance with the licence.
Okay.
Okay, however, I'm going to cut you some slack. I'm not going to seize your car, but I am going to give you a ticket for driving without L plates. In other words, driving otherwise in accordance with the licence.
Okay.
All right? Because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't think he is supervising you because he seemed a little bit surprised when I said, are you supervising him then? So I think you've just taken your chances and it's not paid off today.
All right, okay.
£60 fine and 3 points on your licence. If I catch you doing it again, I will have your car as well. All right, fella?
Yeah. Just take it home.
As long as he's passed his test, he's got to be over 21.
Yeah.
Is he over 21?
Yeah, it's 21, yeah. So his licence.
More than 3 years?
17, yeah.
Then he'll be all right.
Unconvinced the stoner's 21, Simon double-checks.
Sorry to interrupt. How old are you, fella? You're 20. He's 20. Can't supervise you anyway. And please don't let me catch you driving it again, otherwise I will have it off you. All right, mate. Nice one. Whilst doing our checks, I've discovered that he's actually got a provisional driving licence. He originally said that the lad who had the cannabis on him was supervising him, but to supervise a driver, you've got to be over the age of 21 and you've got to have held a full driving licence for a minimum of 3 years. In this case, the lad's 20 years old, so he can't supervise somebody to drive a car. He's got no L plates. So what I've done is I've given him the fairest option. I've given him a £60 fine, 3 points on his licence, and that, as far as I'm concerned, is the end of the matter.
So with nobody old enough to supervise the driver, the car's going nowhere, and it's a long walk home for these boys.
Straight bit of possession for cannabis. He offered it over to me on the search. Been dealt with by roadside caution. No previous convictions for it before, so hopefully it'll go through well for him. Fully compliant, full admission. Just a couple of boys out for a smoke, and unfortunately we got him beforehand, so not his day.
It's midnight on the outskirts of Reading. Chris Waller and Sergeant John Kendall, JK, are on night duty, but they're more used to fighting crims than cattle.
We're in a nice rural area of Wokingham. That pub's actually called the Bark and Bull. I've got a bit of local knowledge of that one. Spent a few hours in there and look what we've come across. A couple of calves.
It's an unusual situation for the crime-fighting duo, and it's certainly got JK foxed.
Is it a load of bull or a load of bullocks? I don't know.
Funny for now, but if these bullocks aren't rounded up soon, they could cause a nasty accident on the windy roads.
Do you want to go around the other side of it, Chris? Because that's quite a... I seem to remember that's quite a sharp bend around there. And I'll hang on around here. Oh, no. Right, I've got absolutely no experience in dealing with this. Obviously wandered far enough away from home.
With the two bullocks pinned in on a random driveway, JK races to get Chris to block the exit.
Chris, put the car across, quick. If you don't stall it, can you do that? Look at that, rounded up like true professionals. Worst case scenario, of course, here is that if they were out on the road and they were in a collision with a car, then somebody's going to come off worse, and quite often some of the accidents we've attended tend to find that the car doesn't fare too well, neither do the occupants. But what we've got pending under the control of Chris, we're ideal. Whose idea was it to come down this way?
I was quite happy going up into a showcase cinema roundabout.
With all the racket going on, JK goes to see if anyone's awake.
TV's on. That means somebody's up. Either that, or it's for the budgerigar who sleeps downstairs. Shut up.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
As JK chats to the owner, the two calves make a dash for freedom.
How soon did they come round there, Chris? How soon did they come round? All right. No, here they are. Classic. You're walking down that side of the car, they sneak round this side.
A cunning plan is hatched, and with the homeowner's permission, the pair find a place to bed down the bovine beauties for the night.
Right, you need to usher him down here then, JK. At least they're tending here, aren't they?
The farmer picked up his escapees in the morning and, acting as judge and jury, banned them from moving for 2 years. It's Wednesday night in Exmouth, and dog handler Lee Crampton is out on patrol. When trainees from the Royal Marine Base at Lympton come out for a good time, trouble can sometimes flare up. Tonight in this kebab shop is one of those times. Lee spotted the scrap and is straight in. One lad's down already and the punches are still flying. Good thing this big swing didn't quite land. And now this leery geezer wants his tuppence worth.
For protecting our country!
Lee's got to try and figure out what's gone on. Half of this lot don't seem to know.
What's going on? You fuck off!
But this little fella is determined.
Nothing!
Calm down.
British government, no, shut up. You shut off, you prick.
What's going on?
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Oi,
come on,
get in, you two.
And now he's nicked.
Get down! Get down! Get your arm out now! Fuck off! Get your arm out now! What the fuck? Didn't they all then you?
He's a trainee from the base, and he certainly doesn't know when he's beaten.
Oh! Bring your other arm round now! Fuck off! I didn't touch him!
Stood here when we're on pizza.
One thing's for sure, this lad's been lamped. Witnesses are saying the Marines have laid into him. His face is saying it too.
Off of you!
Arm down.
I didn't even touch him then!
What's your name?
With those kind of injuries, Lee needs to know if the lad wants to press charges.
There's been scrapping, something's been going on, it's Marines. Are you wanting to make any complaints or anything?
But it's kind of like Marines being pissed up, me being pissed up kind of thing, so it's just like, it's not too bad.
Amazingly, he doesn't want to take it further, even with his swollen boat race.
I don't give a mate. You're a bunch of.
Generally, as is often the case in a lot of these people, no one wants to say anything, no one wants to point the finger at who's done what. So most of them have just been thinned out, and but like I say, one's been arrested for a public order offence, I think, and that was it. Most of it was just calmed down. Bit of a handbags at 30 paces, but there was a few bumps and bruises from one or two. So, but other than that, it's not really a usual Wednesday night in town, but livens my night up a little bit, if nothing else.
But even though he wasn't the one who hit the lad, he got more than just a night in the cells for being so aggressive. Was fined 60 quid for being drunk and disorderly. Bothering a fast food joint can be decidedly nastier, as this CCTV footage shows. Statesville, North Carolina. A fast food manager is closing up for the evening. But his last customer wants more than a burger and fries. With an automatic rifle trained on him, the terrified boss is ushered into the office containing the safe. He desperately spins his dial.
You got one more spin and I'm shooting.
It ain't quick enough.
Get the damn thing open, man, right now!
And the gunman's patience is wearing thin.
I swear to God, you got me nervous as hell. More spinning, I'm shooting. Alright, I'll give you the combination. You want to try? I don't want the combination. Alright, give it.
The manager thinks he's burgered, and when the raider steps back, the terrified bloke sees his chance. It's a desperate life or death struggle, made even worse by the cooking oil all over the floor. The rifle is a copy of the infamous M11 carbine, standard issue to American troops on the front line in World War II. It's a serious piece of kit. The fraught confrontation moves to the foyer and then outside. The assailant thinks he's had his chips, so he begs for a truce in the car park and agrees to leave if the manager returns the gun to him, minus the ammo. The shattered worker locks the doors and sinks to the floor in relief. Incredibly, he was back at work the next day frying chicken. Now that's what I call Employee of the Month. It's 11 AM on a Thursday morning in Torquay. The 8-strong tactical aid group, TAG, are kitting up and are about to go and do some serious door knocking.
Quite a big corridor, isn't it?
Dan talks us through it.
Doing a drugs warrant and address in Torquay. He's apparently supplying cannabis. I think a double ram, and we'll take the single enforcer as well.
Do you want any more stuff?
What?
Two of TAG's tastiest toys for getting through doors are the 2-man double ram and the solo enforcer. They think there could be a danger of violence, so the team are taking another companion with them, a taser.
Yeah, babe, took us that one.
Tasers are stun guns that can send 50,000 volts into an aggressive suspect down 2 wires. When there's a threat of violence, tasers will be authorised.
It's an unknown risk, we don't know who's in there, so it's just a precaution.
All ready?
Block behind there. There's the block over there, so I'm going to park.
The team set out on their way and head to the target address.
There's the block there.
There's that block behind there, mate, isn't it?
Second block, not the first block. No, it's the first block, isn't it?
See it for me, isn't it?
They park up, get on their heels and double time it to avoid spoiling the surprise. Tiptoeing up the stairs, they get in position and ready the enforcer.
Swing.
The door is down.
Clear there.
Now they're in, the next job the team need to do is spread out and quickly check every room for possible suspects.
Clear there.
Got one guy, that's it.
At the other end of the flat, the target is found in the lounge, and he's keeping stum.
Don't struggle, mate.
Open your goal. Open your goal. Open it.
His mouth's shut tight, and Dave is sure he's trying to swallow something dodgy. Too late. Whatever was in his mouth is now gone. He's lifted onto the sofa and cautioned.
So your legs are on it, and do something for evidence. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though the target doesn't put up much of a fight, Tony finds something very alarming right next to where he was sitting. It's a gun.
I'll give you cereal quickly. Thanks.
But that ain't all. The team begins searching for drugs, and Simon finds a small pot of liquid.
It's 60ml bottle of methadone. He's prescribed methadone, but his conditions are that he has to. It's a supervised prescription.
Even though it was used by addicts to kick the habit, methadone is still a Class A drug, and the fella is not short of the stuff.
What did you do me today? First time in a while, isn't it?
That's the amount.
Okay.
But it's not just more drugs that the team are finding. Another gun has been discovered, along with a vicious-looking hammer. The entry went to plan. The double ram was the right tool at the right time, and the tag team were in without a glitch.
Open your goal. Open your goal.
The tasers remained holstered, and Danny's chuffed with the operation.
It's good. We've got some cannabis and some methadone that he's been storing, so he's been arrested for Class A.
Despite being Class A, the bloke was permitted to have the methadone, as it was his prescription, so he faced no charges over it. The guns turned out to be plastic toys. They may not have fooled the experienced tag team, but out on the street, they could have easily been mistaken for the real deal. The hammer and a knife were confiscated. There was no evidence of illegal drug dealing, but was found with weed on him and given a cannabis warning.
Did he have...
Exeter dog handler Gareth Rees is out on patrol in Exmouth with his dog Finn, and they're about to get busy. There's a priority call to answer, and a dog unit is needed.
We've had a violent domestic which has just taken place here. The lady concerned's been strangled by her boyfriend. As we're passing on the main road behind, he's obviously seen my police vehicle and he's run off. Finn, come.
If the suspect is still in the area, Finn is the best bet for finding him. But the maze of alleyways has given the wanted man a perfect escape route. No joy for Finn and Gareth.
I think he's here somewhere. I'm not entirely convinced. Wait. OK. Here, Finn.
They're going to keep searching. They think the suspect lives close by, and a knock on his door might be the quickest way to find him. But speed is of the essence. They need to find their target before the trail goes cold.
Stay.
Gareth is even checking low rooftops. Full marks for effort.
Say again? Yeah, OK. I think he's still around this area, personally. OK, I'll hang on here. OK, mate. Back down here, then. Well, we're still looking for this chap. Once we locate him, what we're going to do is arrest him, because obviously there's been a violent domestic between him and his girlfriend. But at the moment, we're all sort of henpecking around trying to find out what sort of direction he's gone off in. Unfortunately, he's not picked up a track, so it's just a local search of the area. I'm convinced he's living quite close to where we are. So my view is, I think he's gone to ground quite close by, hence the reason what we're doing is just doing a thorough area search, see what we can find. Come on, mate.
With no definite home address to search, Gareth follows his own instinct and stays on the street. And soon enough, Finn's locked onto something.
No.
Gareth needs to establish if this is their man.
Hang on, mate. Mate. You just hang on there. What's your name? What?
He's given a different first name than the man they're after, but they've got the same surname. Gareth needs a local officer to take a look and see if he knows this bloke.
83, just very quickly, what's the name of the individual we're looking for? Do you know him, do you?
Yeah, this is him.
Time for the verdict.
Definitely not him.
No. Yeah, you're staying, aren't you? Yeah.
So it's not the suspect, it's his nephew.
Do you know where he's living at the moment?
Yeah.
Where? Well, what is the address? The reason why we're saying...
I don't know the address, to be honest.
He can't remember the address, but he's living there. It must be a ranch, because he's coming over all cowboy.
What's it near?
Near...
He's going to be arrested.
Why?
He's going to be arrested for... How do you know?
Well, I don't know.
What we're looking
I don't know
for
what
is your
it's on.
assistance. Don't be ignorant. Give us a helping hand. Tell us where he is.
Honestly, I don't know where he is.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put you in that van. You're going to show us where it is.
How?
He may seem unhelpful, but no one likes to grass up a relative.
Take us.
I've done nothing wrong.
No, we're not saying you have, but you're going to help us out. We need to find him.
He's my uncle. I can't do that.
You're going to have to.
I can't do that to my uncle. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
With the lad stalling on details of his uncle's address, Gareth decides to leave it to the local cops and carry on hunting with Finn.
What I suspect happened is he's run down a narrow alley and he's run into the town centre rather than around here, but...
Gareth's checking the only spot he hasn't tried.
Yeah, Finn. Steady, steady, steady.
And Finn's picked up a scent.
Good lad. Good lad. What is it, mate? What is it, mate? Good lad. Good lad. All right, mate, out you come. Out you come. Be mindful, there's a dog here. You're going to come out and you're going to lie down on the floor.
Hello. It's the suspect from the domestic. He obviously forgot where he lives.
Face down on the floor. Yeah.
His nephew will be relieved that he's not had to grass after all.
Down. What's your name? Okay.
A result like this only highlights the importance of police dogs. They'd never have found this geezer without being able to track his scent. So it's 3 cheers for Finn.
Stay. He's cuffed. He's not been arrested yet, though. You are the dog. You are the dog. Good lad. Good lad. It's one of those situations where it's a lesson learnt for our dog handler, where never give up hope. Make sure that you've done the area that you're searching thoroughly. And you never know, you may be rewarded, as we were tonight. Absolutely fantastic result for Finn and myself.
The bloke was charged with common assault, but the case was later discontinued. On the outskirts of Brentwood, Essex, the Met Police are in pursuit of a runaway speeder. Their chopper's thermal camera records images in negative.
We are now currently 70 miles an hour, driving in the centre of the lane. No other traffic on this road at this particular time.
With a traffic car behind and the chopper overhead, the driver's got enough to worry about.
Just entered a 40 mile an hour area.
But there's another factor. He's pants at driving. He's not taking the corner too quickly. He's just made a comedy job out of it. Good thing his mates are busy legging it, or they'd be telling him what they thought of his driving. The cops have nicked 2 lads, but 2 more fancy a game of hide and seek and give it legs.
We've got one suspect running through the fields, running quite slowly now, slightly knackered. The fields are quite deep, running towards a caravan, being chased by police officers.
Tired of running, one stopped off at this caravan.
He's hiding behind a caravan.
A pursuing officer is soon on scene and receiving instructions from the air.
666 from India 99. For your information, the suspect is hiding in the top left-hand corner of that caravan, beyond the 2 cars in the top left-hand corner of that caravan.
Cops decide to wait for a dog unit to sniff the first runaway out. And now the chopper crew guide officers to the remaining runner.
I've also got, I believe, other suspects hiding in the opposite direction of the caravan along the hedgerow.
Both suspects probably think they've outwitted the cops. They don't realise that the chopper has them locked on and the law can just take their time.
Okay, for yourself, if you come back to the junction where the car lost control from and go in the opposite direction, still in Dunstan Road, probably about 100 metres up on your right-hand side in the ditch, the second suspect is hiding there.
Officers stroll calmly over to the lad in the ditch.
Okay, approximately about 30 metres on your right-hand side. Just keep walking. Get ready to run, possibly, if it happens.
He realises he's not the master of disguise he thought he was.
Okay, excellent. Well done, chaps.
Back at the caravan, the other runaway has realised there's a sniffer dog on scene, and he's given up before he gets a bite.
Okay, the suspect has now come out of the bush and put his hands up.
He's nicked and carted off to the big caravan with bars on the windows.
Okay, well done to all officers involved in the pursuit. All 4 suspects have now been detained. Kilo Delta, that's India 99, now leaving your link. Well done.
The streets of Wakayama in Japan are alive with the sound of 2-stroke engines. Aggressive gangs regularly cause chaos by razzing it around on their mopeds, flouting the rules of the road and terrifying the residents. Pitted against them are the local cops who've set up an elite bike unit, the Black Panthers, designed to bring them to book. A team of 3 800cc police bikes are behind this young Rongan. They're capable of outriding the louts and are Japan's most experienced road crime team. The youths don't get far. Bike cops have got ahead of the moped and a patrol car is in behind it too. The cops have nipped it in the bud as both riders are swiftly arrested. The Black Panthers have started to get results and officers are flocking to join the crack group.
Yeah, it's the best job in the world, even though we're facing death and danger. We're here to reduce criminal activity and stop the bike gangs.
And the Panthers use some highly specialised kit to help stop the moped muppets. Ingeniously, their bikes fire paintballs to mark any escaping vehicles for later identification. The unit is run by Inspector Marito. He drives an unmarked car which the Panther bikes used to hide behind when tailing the gangs.
A local resident has rung police to report bike gangs riding up the pavement and terrorising residents. One cop car is behind them, but we need to get the Panthers to chase them.
Guided in by fellow officers, the team soon catch up to the bikers. As the Panthers try to stop one donut, he decides to head up the pavement, riding fast enough to seriously injure pedestrians. An officer in the car is using the onboard loudspeaker to warn pedestrians, but the rider ain't stopping. off into a park where only the bikes can follow. Inspector Morita's got a different plan.
We're waiting for them to ride through. They're in the park right now.
Now, if you're thinking that big stick is to give the rider the chop, you'd be right. But it looks like the pot noodle went a different way, and the Panther bikes are still right behind him. He's weaving and showing off. He doesn't seem to realise that one wrong move and him and his passenger will be on the deck. The Panther cuts in, but the turn's too tight, and the tearaway jumps ahead again. It's a close shave. At the end of this road, there's a narrow alley. The Panthers know the area and think pursuing him any further would be dangerous. The teriyaki tow rag has escaped. This operation may have gone Pete Wong, but the riders rarely escape the Panthers. Now another speeding samurai on a larger machine has attracted the cops' attention. But the Panthers were expecting him. He's come out to celebrate the anniversary of a famous Japanese Hells Angels gang. And just to wind up the Panthers, he's not obeying any rules of the road. At the junction ahead, Inspector Morita has blocked the exit with his car, and he's out to try and knock the rider off. But this bloke just scrapes through. The pursuit continues to the city's outskirts. The cop biker's got a clear shot at the runaway and lets rip with his paintball gun. Oh, it's gotta be fun being a Panther. On the open road, the passenger's getting aggressive and kicking out. He's worried the Panthers will barge him from the side. But they stick with him until he runs out of road. The geezer dumps his bike and gives it legs, but the Panthers pounce on him and his mate. Both were nicked and ended up with a £700 fine for their nocturnal ninja naughtiness. Not that you need a bike to cause trouble.
It's called a suicide.
Dog handler Gareth is back on duty with Finn. He's having to sort some local tearaways. In a scene repeated across the UK, bad youth behaviour has resulted in a major police presence. This particular spot of bother all kicked off 20 minutes ago.
I'm coming now.
It's 11 PM and there's trouble in a local village. There's a report of a lad with a knife, so the cops are cautious. Gareth wants to get the SP from the officers on the scene.
And if we keep getting called back, people are going to get arrested.
There's a lad up the way hurling abuse.
Yeah, I mean, it's all gone a bit
He needs licking for that. He can't go around calling us that and walking off. It's called a suicide.
No one calls Gareth a... There's been some pretty salty language thrown at the officers, and they're not taking it. Respect is crucial on the street.
No, mate, you don't do that. Put your hands behind your back.
Put your head in you.
They can nick me, I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care, man. Yeah, that's too tight, that is. That's too tight. Fuck it, man.
But with repeated complaints from local residents, the cops have to act.
That's too... Man. Yeah, I'm coming to the police station right now. I'm coming, stay there. I'm coming now. That's well tight. Yeah, that's too tight, that is. That's too tight. Yeah, then that's well tight, blood.
Just be quiet. I'm going to loosen them off.
Too tight, man.
We're going to loosen them off. No, now listen to me.
That's too tight, that left one, man.
No, I can put 2 fingers in.
That's too tight.
2 fingers in both.
Okay, just relax. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. You are in handcuffs. If you struggle, they're going to hurt. Do you understand? In you go.
Don't push me, man.
Too late. Right.
With Mickey Mouth in custody, Gareth can now do a search. The original report was of a lad with a knife, so it has to be investigated.
All we've got is we're gonna do a...
This is where the group was seen.
There was a third male in the group with a third female. Okay.
Right.
He's gone off with her. He's a large build fella. He's about 6 foot, quite big build, quite broad. And they've been up and down here. So
We'll do that, not a problem.
what did you...
Oh man, so I'm coming to extra, I don't even care.
But the numpty's mates are still around. Gareth wants them to clear the area he's going to search.
Right, guys, can you just stay here for a minute?
I've just spoken to Vicky.
Yeah, I know.
Grab me.
Okay, I'm stopping you from going.
Yeah,
like
you need a warrant to grab me.
Stop.
No, we don't.
Right.
Listen.
Yes, you do.
No, it's you. No,
No.
I've never met you before.
Well, then listen to it.
Well, it's the first time I've met you, and to be quite honest with you, I think you're quite rude.
You think
But
I'm a dick? I don't
I'm being
care.
nice. I'm going to do a search for the police dog, and I need you to. I want you to stay here.
I'm going home.
You're going to
I ain't
stand
got
over
no drugs
there.
up my fucking
You're going to
ass.
stand over there.
Listen.
You swear once more, lady, and I'm going to arrest you.
Gay.
Please, go and stand over there.
Get that camera out of my
You
face.
stay
What?
here.
Push
that way
on,
the dog-
get on.
With the chat going nowhere, Gareth decides it's time to let the dog start sniffing.
Come here, big fella. Good lad.
But Finn's nose ain't picking anything up.
God, dear me.
With one lad in custody, peace returns to the street. The arrested boy was later cautioned under the Public Order Act. If kids don't show respect for the police, officers are left with little choice but to caution them.
They've had problems in the village all night with these youths, much to the annoyance of the residents. I think they've all been shouting a whole load of abuse off. On my arrival, one of the officers states to me that the chap that I chased after had called all the police officers a bunch of You can't do that. And then see him walk off. No way, I'm not going to allow that. So he's now in custody for a public order offence, and he's on his way down to Exeter custody as we speak. That's all there is to it.
The British Crime Survey recorded nearly 4 million complaints of antisocial behaviour in 1 year. And this is one more to add to the list.
Here you go.
Don't push me.
Too late.
In Iowa, there's more than a caution on the cards. The driver in front is a suspected drug dealer. A police cruiser moves in to make the stop. He does stop, but seconds later, he does one. The driver's chucking stuff out of the window. It could be evidence.
Cars behind me, they just threw a handful of stuff on the street. Bag and a bunch of silver things.
Now another cop car joins the pursuit. And a mile away, the suspect's dumping more stuff. The cop tries to get ahead of the runaway. It'd have been a good move if the donut hadn't turned left. Now he's dumping his clothes. Maybe they've got his stash in the pockets. The paperwork's gone flying, and his motor nearly did too. But this pursuit is far from over. Now the passenger's either keen to make friends with the law, or he wants them to see they're unarmed. Now there's more cops behind. He thinks he's outmanoeuvred the law again with a crafty turn, but he stacks the motor into a ditch instead.
He just wrecked him a ditch.
And now the armed officers own him. The driver was later jailed for his runaway antics, but the judge should have also charged him with dumping litter. The road crime unit are on a drugs job in Barnstable. They've had word that a deal might be about to go down, and Giles Bedson is just a few miles away in an unmarked car, keeping a covert eye on the suspect vehicle. In the marked BMW, Mark Moore is waiting for the word to strike.
We've got some information that the vehicle's going to leave Barnstable here. It's going to be going out on a drugs run, so we're trying to identify the vehicle at the moment.
The unmarked Focus ST locates the target car. Both marked units are playing catch-up.
We've seen 3 people get into a vehicle, just registered here from Bristol, and there's no insurance held on that vehicle, so...
Mark checks that they're headed in the right direction.
Charles, I take it they'll come out onto the main road up towards the hospital from the Nick. Yeah, is there any road out the back that they could take?
And Giles points something out that'll help the other units spot the target vehicle.
2 units information, and it only has one rear light, only one rear light.
As the beamers get the target car in sight, both unmarked cars peel off and let the marked units get to work. The team move in for a stop, but the red beamer keeps on going until Taff cuts it off.
Hiya, step out of the vehicle, please. Keep your hands on the seat.
Everyone is quickly cuffed.
This way.
All right, you've been detained under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. You, along with your vehicle, are going to be detained for a search. We're going to be going back to Barnstable Police Station to carry out that search. When that's concluded and everything's negative, then you'll be free to go on your way. Do you understand that? Okay.
With everyone on their way to the Nick, Giles makes a quick exit.
We had some information earlier on today, which was in relation to a different vehicle, but luckily the person that we stopped in that vehicle was a person that was supposed to be in the other car. So we're just getting out of the area before we're joined by half the housing estate, and then we'll find out what we've got.
The suspects are brought in for a full search, and their motor is going to have a once-over too.
Yeah, like the handbag, found a load of tin foil, which again is another sign with all the other stuff we've got up on the roof. If you look, there's like a pipe up there and various bits and pieces. It's just another sign of drug use. It's not the sort of thing most people carry around in their handbags, is it? £200 in her purse. Scalpel blade, which has got burn marks on it too.
John's found plenty of drug accessories in the motor, and inside the Nick, the body search has turned up a find.
Been a search just done there in custody, and of the female, and she's had some drugs plugged in one of her orifices, which she's voluntarily removed for us, and she's told us that it's a small amount of heroin and a small amount of cannabis. So she's been arrested on suspicion of being in possession of those 2 drugs.
The drugs found cunningly hidden on the woman, but enough to see her plead guilty to possession of heroin and cannabis. She got a 12-month conditional discharge, to add to the indignity of a full cavity search. No drugs were found on the driver, but will be reported for no insurance. Gareth is on a night shift with his German Shepherd Finn.
What we've got is officers down in Newton Abbot have arrested somebody for failing to provide a breath test. On looking in the vehicle further, they found 2 air rifles sitting on the back seat, but sitting in the car and very angry with it is a rather large Rottweiler. So they've asked me to go down and hook it up onto a dog pole whilst they seize the air weapons. Just live in the hope that the Rottweiler will see my point of view.
So, Gareth's fun task is to reach into an arrested man's 4x4 in Tesco's car park and pull out 2 air rifles before the Rottweiler in the motor takes his arm off. Oh, sweet.
Hello, mate. How you doing, mate?
Why do arrested men never have chihuahuas?
Well, the dog seems to be calm. If he's calm, what I don't want to do is start trying to fight him off with a dog pole, because I'm just going to make him even more aggressive. My hope is that I can just fish him out of here nice and quietly. So a bit of blackmail, I think, is called for in the first instance. Let's see how this works out.
Gareth's bribing the dog with food.
Good lad. Yeah, buddy. Come on. All right, mate.
It was going well. The dog ain't coming out, so Gareth needs a new strategy.
Let's give this a go.
With a modern-day lasso, Gareth's going to try the John Wayne approach.
It's just a dog catching pole with a loop. Slip the loop over the dog's head and we've got him secure. But he's a big old Rottweiler.
To his surprise, the Rottweiler's chilled his paws.
Come on, you're going to come out with me?
With the dog calm, Gareth can grab the guns. You better hope the dog stays in the car, or he's really going to be in the shit zoo. Guns out.
What do you need out other than the weapons?
But what about the dog?
I can get the dog out. If I get the dog out, what are we going to do with him? Where's he going to go? He's a big old dog. This is nervous aggression more than anything else. Because if he wanted to have a pop, he could have taken me out long since. There's the weapons.
Back at the nick, the driver's been charged with failing to provide a sample, so it looks like his hound's staying put.
You drop your vehicle forward a bit, Mark.
The cops are satisfied that he'll be fine.
There's 3 windows that are open slightly, so it's well ventilated. The only other thing you're going to need to do is obviously liaise with Tesco staff.
It's Tesco now. Brilliant.
Okay?
Thanks, Gareth.
More than welcome.
There's no way I was going to sort that.
Do me a favour, don't give me a call on this matter anymore. All right, that's it, finished. Cheers, mate. He was a big dog.
Gareth doesn't fancy being the dog whisperer anymore. And the dog's owner ended up with something he didn't fancy. 115 quid fine and a 3-year driving ban for failing to give a sample.
Car's ventilated, there's water in the car, so the dog's going to be okay. First thing in the morning, the gent will be released and he can come back to his vehicle. We can take it from there. Tesco's will be liaised with, so they'll know, they'll keep away from the vehicle. That's it, job done, hopefully.
CCTV has been installed at this home in North Carolina after a spate of newspaper thefts. The lady owner called the police, fed up with a daily rag being stolen from the driveway every morning. The thefts got tongues wagging, but detectives didn't have any leads until they put the camera in. It revealed the culprit. Desperate to trace his owner, the dogged detectives tried to tail him, but failed. They showed this footage on TV. The owner then came forward and promised to keep her dog on a tight leash. The homeowner was greatly relieved. Without a daily paper, she was really left in the lurcher.